What is up, everyone, and welcome to part one of the Rust Iceberg. This is a series I'm very excited to do because I've played Rust since 2015, and I've put nearly 7,000 hours into the game, so I really do enjoy Rust. The Iceberg was made by It's Redness, so full credit to him. I'm going to be putting a link to the Reddit post in the description. And without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. Old armor models. So this is talking about the old Rust Legacy models. We have a cloth set, a leather set, a Kevlar set, and a rad suit set. There's also the invisible set, but this is only attainable if you were an admin. Railways. Railways obviously is talking about the train tracks. Railways were added May 6th of 2021, and just 3 months later is when they actually added trains. Hapis slash Savas removal. Hapis was added in 2015, and unlike other maps, it did not change. It was not procedurally generated, it was handcrafted by the developers of Rust. On January 5th of 2023, the Rust devs officially announced that in February of 2023, they would be retiring the Hapis map. The reason they gave was resource scarcity. In other words, their team was just too small to keep up with the upkeep that Hapis required. Adding new features to the Hapis map took months longer than adding those same features to any of the procedurally generated maps. On July 2nd, 2020, the devs officially announced that they were also going to be retiring the Savas map. For a similar reason, it just took up too much resources for them. Simply put, it was too much work for not enough reward. Rust Legacy. This was just the original version of Rust. This was the first version of Rust before Rust Experimental appeared in 2014. Rust Legacy was officially removed on the 8th of December 2016 from the Steam store. Food decay. Food in Rust used to spoil after a certain amount of time. This iceberg was made 4+ years ago, so it is funny because they actually are bringing back food decay. Just like the removal of burnt food, at least as far as I could find, no one ever really mentioned the removal of either of these things. It just happened one day, and no one ever really talks about it. BP fragments. BP fragments were a part of the blueprint system. The fragments were common barrel loot used to get BPs for craftable items. You could combine 60 of these to make a blueprint page, 5 blueprint pages to create 1 blueprint book, and 4 blueprint books to make 1 blueprint library. This came out to a total of 1,200 blueprint fragments. Lighter nights. This refers to when the game used to actually have visible nights, where you could actually see during the nighttime. Now Rust just has a nighttime that is a black screen with a HUD on it. Harpoons. Harpoon guns were a concept in Rust since 2014. That's when we first got concept art for them. They were officially added on August 6th of 2021. Birds. Birds have always been an ambient noise in the game, but in 2021 they actually added a physical model for them. When you hit a tree, sometimes birds will fly out of it. Zombies. During Rust Legacy, zombies were an enemy on the island. But in 2014, due to the Rust devs not wanting to be a clone of DayZ, they removed them and replaced them with rad animals. Buzzards. A concept to have buzzards flying around and act as environmental clue to let you know that there was a dead body nearby. Arrow types. The game now has 4 different arrow types. It's the wooden, the bone fragments, the high velocity, and fire arrows. The original roadmap for the game includes 3 different arrow types. This includes poison, knockout, and slowdown. Handcuffs. Added in 2024, but originally mentioned all the way back on May 27th of 2015. And obviously it's handcuffs. They're used to cuff people. Ocean wildlife. Sharks. And from this concept art right here, maybe eventually sperm whales. High-grade fuel. We have low-grade fuel, but that implies the existence of a higher-grade fuel. Mid-grade fuel has been talked about, but the last time I was able to find it being mentioned was all the way back in 2015. Rad animals. Like I talked about earlier when we were talking about zombies, rad animals acted as the replacement for zombies, and you could find them roaming around in packs around rad towns. They included rad wolves and rad bears. PP9000. PP9000 was a mechanic to help servers run better. Once a server reached 100 sleepers, every time it would go over 100 sleepers, it would then kill the oldest sleeper so that servers could perform better. The mechanic that was killing them was named PP9000. So when it would kill you, in the little top thing where it told you who you were killed by, it would say PP9000. Coconuts, a potential food item. It would make sense. We're on an island with palm trees. But now we actually have the coconut bra DLC thing. I can't think of what it's called. I'm gonna put a picture of it right here. But yeah, we have that. Tier 2 cooking. For about 98% of Rust's entire existence, the cooking has been very basic. You just throw a piece of meat on the fire or the barbecue, and once it cooks, that is it. Now we have chickens, honey, and
pie.
And that was part 1 of the Rust Iceberg. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you've watched all the way to the end and you enjoyed the video, please like. And if you've really, really enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. It's completely free and it helps out a ton. So thank you so much. Thank you to It's Redness for making the iceberg. And a link to his iceberg Reddit post will be in the description. Again, thank you all so much. Have a nice rest of your day and God bless.